honestly, you don't have to chop it up into the quote unquote planets, end quote. Because the planets, they have their subsidiary shit on different places and then their non subsidiary shit. But if you're kind of keen, quote unquote sophisticated, end quote, then you could interpret it in a smooth, esoteric way and maybe see, maybe these things are the ones that are holding the different quote unquote keys, end quote, to the matrix, right? Because the keys of the matrix, that's not only you having the ability to do something, but there's different abilities that make you have obtain the key, put the key in the hole, and then turn the key and then go on the journey. So that's the fucking, those are the real keys of the matrix, is the respectively, quote unquote, the ability from wherever they originated esoterically, most respectively, for just a different advanced level, end quote. If your shit is claiming just to be standardly casually advanced, then it would see the authentication of more of what you're actually putting out without your inaccurate shit of input data. So that's going, that's a different balanced logic of surface level tech reality. But there's more than level tech reality, and we're seeing the source of surface level tech reality most respectively, because the quote unquote different types of credibility, end quote, you can chop it up to, you know, something of this category, and these different beings and entities in the categories, they most respectively have their own regions, and within those regions are a different type of category. You know, obviously, like, you know, 1990s and 1980s computer literacy books, obviously context is a key factor. So I'm trying to be more flexible with like the broader band width of open source, you know, because, you know, a lot of this shit happened before all of us were born. But what if we were alive on a different platitude, you know, and a different place and a different placard and a different placement and a different, you know, pixelization of a pictorialization of a pictorial uation. Ain't that some shit? So I don't know if you saw the yoga pose, but I'll talk about yoga later. But yeah, yoga. I'm just seeing you know, the different types of quote unquote credibility, end quote. You don't have to chop it up to the planetary aspects, but you could though, and maybe it's somehow it's a more of a benefit what they don't tell you. So the quest itself is for knowledge. That's a key part of the quest. You need the knowledge. You need some type of real esoteric source, you know, wind, I guess, respectively. And within all of that, that's part of the, because the key factors of the quest, there's different regions within the key factors, right? And obviously seeing the different, you know, minor microcosm replications, no shit, and seeing a higher open source will be the most critical difference between just, you know, how people could just do some copy paste shit, and trying to be as neutral and natural about it as possible by seeing when we were not born and when we were born, because whatever happened, things were already created before we were born, right? But there's a resting period, because we could have created this stuff on a whole different level. So the real conclusion to the standard argument and debate, end quote, of like who quote unquote owns this stuff is whoever created it. No fucking shit, on a mature esoteric level, because obviously that conversation is going to be had, you know? So if that conversation is going to be had, there's going to be certain original entities that are going to pull the fucking band-aid and really clean some other shit up aside from the surface level, you know, stuff. It's an irony, because that which could clean more and purify more at a source level, it would have to go to some type of, you know, new fucking outwardly depth, you know. And within that outwardly depth, there's a death. There's a yin to the yang death, you know. And the yin is death, and the yang is the depth, you know, experiencing the transit of death, which is transformation and depth, because depth, you know, somehow has to have, like, on the stage of itself, it has to have some type of transformation, because that's always happening, and that's a yin and a yang to like the time respectively, or something like that. But the different types of credibility, the key factors are to like to realize and get the information to try to like sustain that, you know, quote unquote sustain that, because the different types of credibility, whatever they are, quote unquote planets or not, they're casting a beam on us of some type of esoteric assessment. And that esoteric assessment is either unlocking particular shit or locking particular shit. Not necessarily good or bad. It's just locked. It's locked. You haven't passed. You didn't graduate type of shit energetically. Like, it's hard accountability, you know? So the different types of, what do you call that? Credibility. It's from a esoteric assessment point of view. And from that, if we're kind of like getting information on how to like know about that, then we could quote unquote stay in the clear in the future of certain like quote unquote problems, end quote, right? Because that's, we're figuring out what's like, what is the cause to this shit, you know? Like, and like just saying it on my own track record, that's cool, because I'm trying to be more natural and flexible with, you know, just like, you know, the influence, you know? But like I'm trying to balance that shit pretty much, aside from the human mind, because aside from the human mind, it's gonna like shit's gonna get completed in a certain way without the human mind, you know? But the human is just going for the fucking journey. All of the whole human species together is one passenger, not just the individuals in the human species. All of the humans put together, that is the passenger within the cosmos. Because obviously you want to hear about this like entry level like insight of just like, you know, HD quote unquote respectively end quote of you're just the passenger. No, it's we are all the passenger to just this experiment of us, because the cosmos of the universe is that much greater, obviously. So us being the passengers, we're going for this ride. And I believe we have intuitive free will, which is us being able to chance to see the settling points. And within those settling points, in between the pulse and the beat of the heart, is where we find our new self's track record. Because from that unique, original, esoteric reverberation, something was made itself conscious to collect that base frequency on a different cosmic level. And from that base frequency over time, it created all the other chakras, not good or bad, and you could have whatever perception you want of the chakras. And on a higher macrocosm level, God is sustaining its own, you know, emanations of pure light chakras, and whatever interpretation you have of chakras, that's just your bunk interpretation, because it's just chakra in Sanskrit means a wheel, and that wheel is pointing to something not necessarily human. And then the thing that's not necessarily human is completing shit, all this other shit, and we're just going along for that fucking ride, the humans themselves. And within that, we have a microcosm within a microcosm of a decision-making ability, because God is causing the greater, bigger picture of everything, and we're just responding to its causes. And that's the part of no choice that is a certain type of no choice of like, the sun is gonna rise as the sun's gonna rise. Some higher entities are going to put a good level calibration of oxygen within this ecosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere of this multi-chambered Earth planisphere system. And there's a gauge calibration of the fucking wind, and that wind connects to different parts of the galaxy most respectively. Number one in the universe. My last phone, I fucking was doing hours a day, no cap, hours a day. Like, you know, any fucking content creator that there is, I have most respectively, and I say this for myself, I have just as much as quantity. And I'm not trying to be all like, you know, all narky about it, or I'm not trying to be all like, that's just what it fucking is at this point, you know. I'm not trying to have that disgusting cringe ego, but I'm not saying I can't be susceptible to that, because that particular type of ego, no name, you don't need to necessarily put a title on that. That ego of the shadow observer whisperer, and we participating within that shadow frequency archetype, and that shadow frequency archetype is part of the base frequency of God's cosmos, because God's cosmos has his own chakras, and that base frequency upholds the spiritual fucking realm. And then the shadow of that base frequency, that's what the fuck Earth is, Bhumandala. And we're on that, and from that dark place of time, the shadow base frequency of God's base frequency, quote unquote, a certain archetype from that, and then other archetypes and offsprings of other archetypes, the dark shadow nine, most respectively, esoterically speaking about it, it's saying that certain like energetic archetypes of whisperer type beings from the shadow base frequency has been influencing this world, and they've been exploring the material unconsciousness, and they've been going further out into the external, and that's the 9th level of the quote unquote, you know, the quote unquote lower tree, end quote, just to put it like scientifically, right? So within that, we're kind of going in and out of all of these realms of the 9 and the 9, right? The quote unquote tree of the tree of being, right? It's just a tree, because everything is being, you know. So within that, like, somehow above the shadow base frequency, there's been an intelligence that's beyond the fucking physical world, and who could help us solve the whisperer, the quote unquote the shaitanya, or whatever you want to like esoterically call it, you know, just that energy archetype of the whisperers. And somehow the human in this shadow base frequency realm, where some of us in this period of time are transforming and evolving that, you know. So the different types of credibility that there are is, it depends where we are. Are we in a shadow world? Partly 3D is like ever so swiftly like an esoteric 50-50, but non-esoterically obviously it's like 99-1, you know. And 99-1 means 1% like secret suppressed order type of shit, and then 99% like just, you know, fuck shit respectively. And just me seeing my own track record for what it is, and just, you know, influence is influence type of shit, because the influence is we don't see the spirituality of the influence. That's the thing. That whole fucking shit goes over our fucking head, and as that whole fucking shit goes over its fucking head, we're just in, it's not that it's good or bad, we're just in the state of unknowingness. And that unknowingness maybe has a affiliation with just certain types of quote unquote energetic shadow archetype frequencies that are going and pointing esoterically to an external direction. And that external direction, 3D, is the fucking physical fucking portal bridge to quote unquote, you don't have to put it Vedically, but the physical bridge of material existence, it's the bridge to going, you know, to going towards like a physical, natural unconscious, which we could have already done in past lives, not necessarily good or bad. Or the 3D is like, maybe we could go to, maybe there's like what is the fucking real spiritual path? It's pretty much, for just one of many perspectives, it's maybe like really finding like energetic God, you know, energetic source, going to a real type of heaven, actually achieving these different types of states of quote unquote nirvamadi or samanirva or samadhi nirvana or nirvani or whatever like that, samadhi, samurti, shmurthy, flirty, don't do them dirty, McFlirty, yo, McFlurry, yo, Dizzy got the shuriken, and he cooks it up like curry, stirring the pot, whirring, whizzing, blurring, hurring, Heidekin, Haudukin, Shidekin, Shootakin, Shirikin, Flirikin. Oh, he's weird again. He's like a woman with a beard again. No, he steers the ultimate spacecraft to places you've never been. When he dropped that E-L, yo, L-E, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what you think of me. Nothing you can tell me, shake me from my ultimate destiny and purpose. Cook it like furnace, you clown like a circus. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm berserk with it. Hungry for what? Passionate lust, passionate thrust, passionate looky. She's showing me intentionally her passionate bust. Us, yo, keep it on the higgity hush. Yo, coconut husk is how I crack you down. Crunch time, munch time, lunchtime. Fun guide you, summertime lullaby. Yo, never end, never die, never glow, never lie, never untenderize that booty like it's a butcher steak. You already know what's good today, what's her today. You look today, you saw today, you knew me. A different day, I'm a new me. And this day, I never end. This day, I never die. This day, this day, I will star scream. I will give you that faint cry, that wolf cry, that howling through the night, crescendo and crescent moons. Urge. What do I gotta do to be undestitute? What do I gotta do like Sonic Boom? What do I gotta do? I don't want to sell myself like prostitutes. That'll do. Yo. Beach boat walk, chilling in that Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. Siggy with it. Get jiggy with it. Get pimpy with it. Get. Don't be skimpy with it. Don't be cheap with it. Don't be too much of a freak with it. He's on a killing streak with it, killing spree with it, killosity, yo, killtrocity, Halo 2, yo, what did I really make of you? I'll be like a beagle do, what? Got my Reaper sight like a Reaper do, yo, I'm a tweaker too, yo, I'm a... Yo, fallen angel, what was I made for? What was I made for? Does it take two to tango? Yo, I got no more halo. I broke my straight halo and I turned it to a sphere. So when I go into Leonidas' cave, yo, I gotta get in touch with me, the unconscious, different metaphysical self who's really depraved, who's really breathed in. Okay. Whoa. So when I say shadow bass tone frequency, I'm just explaining a field of life within nature that's already a thing. And that's not necessarily a part of the tech world, you know? Look at my breath of fresh air. Look at my, you know, ability to be a silly, stupid human mortal. Look at my little dweeby self. Look at my poor morsel of a self. You got a sore throat because you shouting at nothing. You shouting at your wall. Empty, void, and vacant. You nothing left. Reflecting back. Oh! See? Damn, see, look at it. Bam, 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 bam. Nothing, talking nothing left but only to your own demons, devils, and shadows, though. I don't mean to psychobabble, though. I don't mean to ramble, though. I just gotta gamble, though, like I'm risking it all. I just gotta tackle the life, take it by the bow. Yo, in the bows when he was not the shadow tone, shadow bows. I don't give a fuck what you been learned, fuck what you been taught, fuck what you thought you saw, fuck what you thought you knew. Yo, looking like every race, fuck it, I'm Hindu, then I'm white, energetically the color white, color black. Yo, he's back like a futuristic unaristocrat. Okay. Oh shit, this is okay. It's like I feel like I'm on a fucking like now I feel like I'm on like I feel like I'm on like I feel like I'm on the I feel like I'm on the Pirates movie, the Pirates of Caribbean movie. After these two rocks, I'm getting the Caribbean vibe, not the fucking state, but like the Caribbean. Like, oh shit, there's like a ship right there. There's some fucking pirates battling, and within those pirates battling, somehow Vedanta says that's a dream. You're living your own subjective dream. None of this is true. It's temporary. It's a simple program that the spirit is following up on a human program, a big ass fucking conscious mind matrix for humans, and the spirits, not good, not bad, are fucking paying for this human shit. And you're living out your own fucking illusion and matrix and Maya and program. And then the programs within programs, they're shadow programs. And the shadow programs of the mind weigh you down on resonance. And the resonance will take you, not good or bad, to quote unquote, the external quote unquote hell-ish realms, end quote. Because I've been on this quality Vedic shit 8 fucking years. And like, I'm literally like, it's literally like I'm like literally the most influential, low-key, esoterically. And I'm gonna end it right there. I don't mean to say it like that because obviously people's egos will be like, people's egos will just feel some type of way. I'm saying it like non-human. I'm saying what it is, you know? I'm not saying it in a human way like, oh shit, I'm trying to use this for something. I'm trying to compare something. No, I'm engaged in a real fucking mission, a whole different energy mission that has nothing to do with the fucking rhetorical hype of this surface level artificial tech media shit. Energetically, it has nothing to do with that. It's a whole different frequency of truth, a universal truth for real. That's the fucking difference. And I'm gonna come back with the part 2. Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. Let me show you one more time. And I don't know how much the wind got this. And based on how much the wind got it, that'd be cool if like the tech could still get the voice, you know? But there's that vibe. Thank you guys.